when you grew up, whether physically or mentally, you start thinking about your future because you know that not everything is certain nor permanent. So it is inevitable that you will fear of it. I don't know what kind of job I will have or where will I eventually live or even like what kind of partner will I have. But one thing that is certain for sure is your actions, your routine, what you do on day-to-day basis. Of course, like, for example, right, if your goal is to speak German, right? And now you cannot speak German at all, and you're afraid that in 2 years you are going to Germany, and if you can't speak German, you would be doomed, and you would have no friends, and you can't navigate at all, which sucks, right? But what you can do is that right now, for sure, is trying to learn German as much as possible. So when time comes, at least it is guaranteed that you'll be able to speak German at least like a little bit. If you do it like every single day for years, like if you have like more time, definitely like the uncertainty will be reduced drastically, right? And this is what in your control. You can control it. So worrying about the uncertainty will not help you. But of course, like it is a great drive for you, because you're afraid of it. So you know that if you don't act on it, then there would probably be some major consequences that will make you feel miserable in the future. So the matter will be whether you would act on it right now or you're gonna be worrying about it forever, which is not gonna be helpful for you at all. And that's why like you should not think about what your future will be like. You can structure it, you can plan it, like how are you gonna reach this goal. If your goal is to be ready for your next partner, then you gotta try to better yourself first, because if yourself is if you still like insecure and have weak communication skills, then even the next partner come, and even if she's ready, like she have like strong communication skills, she's loyal, like she loves you so much, but if you're not ready, eventually your relationship will come to an end, which is not something that you want. That's why you need to maximize every skill possibly, like as much as possible to reach your goal. Whatever your goal is, you need to maximize whatever that is related that can help you to reach it. So the uncertainty will be decreased. That's what you can do, like so that you will fear of it less. That's the whole thing. And I'm also trying to better myself. I'm trying to upload a video on YouTube every single day, despite my academic workload and my daily tasks, every single thing. But I still manage, and I know that you can do it too. But if you have some something that you feel uncertain about and you don't act on it, I feel like you kind of waste of your time. I think you have heard of it so many times already that you need to take an action in order to reach your goal. And it is true. It is not something that people just said. It is true. If you want to have a good physique, what you have to do, you have to go to the gym, you have to do cardio, you have to diet. You have to work harder than the average people to reach that goal. If you want to be an average, then your dream physique probably will not come true. And eventually you will feel disappointed about yourself, which is reinforcing your bad habit. And you would have like a negative mentality, I would say. And once your bad habits repeat, then you will kind of like, you will not be able to do anything productive or reach your next goal when you set it, because your that is how your brain works, like seriously. And if you know about like neuroplasticity, it will really help you. Essentially, it is that your brain, it reinforces what you do, like repeatedly. For example, if you always think about others negatively, you always, even like your close friends, if you think about like, oh, these like friends, like they're so dumb, or like they're always talking, like their humor sucks whatsoever, right? And then you keep doing that like over time, then like you're gonna be like that toward others too. You're gonna like you're gonna love gossip, like gonna have negative thoughts about others. Or essentially, it is, what is the word, cynical. Yeah. And yeah, whatever you're doing, it's just gonna be like that. However, if you repeat something positively, for example, exercise or read a book, you know meditate whatsoever, then your mind will will reinforce your positive habits, so that you would feel good. It is like you are rewarded by doing those habits. But it's not gonna happen overnight, or like in 7 days, just like those short form videos tells you. It's not gonna, because that is not how it works, seriously. So the only thing you can do is do what you can, like think about it seriously. Try to, um what is the word, let me put it this way. If it is something that out of your control, like absolutely, for example, like if you don't know tomorrow it's gonna rain or not, then what you can do is just prepare your umbrella. That's it. That's what you can control. So if it is something that in your control, then you gotta act on it now. When people say that you still have time because you're still in your teenage years, you're still 20, you're still 25, you still have a bunch of time, 20, 30 years. I don't believe in that. It will only slow your progress down, instead of being, you know, like productive and disciplined with what you are doing. I don't think slacking off should be glorified. And by slacking off, I mean, when people say that it is okay to rest, it is the same thing. I'm not saying that you cannot rest. You can have like a little break, but not like, oh, this week maybe I'm gonna be chill. Probably like a few weeks, or like on the weekends I'm gonna hang out with my friends, go to the clubs, maybe talk with this chick, whatever, right? I don't believe in that, because people who show up the most frequent and often that person will be likely to win more than people who slack off and show up whenever they feel like it. You can see that there is a huge difference between both of them, right? And everything is your call, man. Whatever you choose. At the end of the day, it is your life. And the person who will live off the consequences of it is you. Think about it.